Woo! What's going on, guys? Almost Form coming at you guys today with another video. And today's video, man, it's a special video because I'm going to be talking about a particular player, obviously, on our Detroit Lions roster here. But the reason why I'm talking about this guy again is because of a video that I made earlier, and then it had a little bit of a rebuttal to it. And I knew this video was coming. I knew this video was coming because I was told by that particular person. But this video is about Jared Goff again. Don't everybody get all excited and crazy. Don't get mad. But I did a video on Jared Goff a couple days ago, and I talked about how, I wasn't all in on Jared Goff. There's a lot of hype surrounding him. This and that, therefore, boom, 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 whatever. And then my buddy, David Pyke, from Detroit Lions Forum on YouTube, who's a really good YouTuber, by the way. I've been on his podcast a few times. I watch his videos. Go subscribe to him, by the way. Like, subscribe, comment to David Pyke on Detroit Lions Forum. He knows what he's talking about, okay? He does have a little bit of a fascination with Jared Goff. That's fine. Maybe I'll throw you a 1-800 number, bro. We'll talk about it. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding with the man, because this is how he did a little rebuttal video saying that it's not hype, it's all facts. Now, you got to be careful throwing out the word facts, my friend. You got to be careful throwing out those words. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to be a douche here, but the word fact, the meaning of the word fact is a thing that is known or proved to be true. Now, we're not talking past tense, Jared Goff. If we were talking past tense, Jared Goff, that is a fact. He has been good. He has done great things. He's won playoff games. They've been to the playoffs. They've won. They've been to the Super Bowl. Didn't win, but they won. But they got there. And he has 2 Pro Bowls. That's a fact. Now, what you're saying, my friend, is opinion. That's what I'm saying too. Opinion. I'm not saying that it's a fact that Jared Goff is going to be bad. I'm not even saying he's going to be bad. I'm just saying we've seen 2 different versions of Jared Goff last year. And this isn't directed toward David, because me and him are cool, man. Me and David are cool. We didn't plan this, by the way. This was not planned. This wasn't a YouTube plan. Let's start some YouTube beef. We didn't do that. We're cool with each other. We're buddies. We've talked. We're good. I did a podcast with him the other day. He told me he was making his video, and I was like, awesome, bro. Do it. And I'll probably make a rebuttal. And I'm going to make a rebuttal. This is my rebuttal. But it's good that we can do this and have a civil conversation. Because I made that Jared Goff video, man, and I just got slandered. I got attacked. I got called a hater. I got called everything under the sun. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not giving him a chance. And I never even said that about Jared Goff. It's like, God forbid, and this is not towards David again, this is towards anybody else who comes at me in a negative sort of way. God forbid that you can say anything critical of not even a Detroit Lions fan. This goes with the Tigers, the Pistons, the Red Wings, especially the Lions. God forbid you say anything critical about any single player, you'll get attacked relentlessly by certain people. You can't say nothing critical. It's all sunshine and roses, unicorns and rainbows, man. That's not the way I roll. I never have. I never really will. I used to be a homer, though. Like, I've talked about this in the past. I used to be a humongous homer and thought nothing was ever wrong with this organization. Those days are gone. Because I got older and I just couldn't do it anymore. But with my boy David from Detroit Lions Forum, he likes to throw the word out facts. You got to be careful with that. Now, I think it's hype for Jared Goff. Now, hype, the meaning of the word hype is extravagant, exaggeration, or intensive publicity or promotion. That's what I think is going on with Jared Goff. We've seen success from Jared Goff in the past. Now, we're getting tons of hype. It's hype. You got Mark Brunell coming out saying that he has an elite arm. I don't think he does. I don't know if I don't think he has an elite arm. I don't think he can make every single throw from every different angle. I don't think he can just run to his left, make a great throw, run to his right. There's certain situations, and I'm not calling Jared Goff a bad quarterback. I'm saying his arm isn't elite. That's all I'm saying. You want to talk about elite arms? Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford. And it pretty much stops there. Those are elite arms that can throw from standing on top of their head. Those are the type of guys that can do that kind of stuff. Jared Goff's not that type. Personally, I think that was all hype coming from Mark Brunell's mouth. It's his quarterback coach. He's not going to throw him under the bus. There's nobody in that room that is going to push Jared Goff for a starting role. David Blau, Tim Boyle, none of those guys. And I don't think that's the only reason why he said it. It's just that's not what they're just not going to push him. And then David goes on to talk about how Ben Johnson comes out and says, we're going to bring the best out of Jared Goff. He's going to have even a better season than he ever had in LA. And personally, I think his best season was probably 2018. You can even argue 2017 if you want, where he made 2 Pro Bowls back to back. That's great to say. Ben Johnson's offense, he's building around Jared Goff. He's not going to throw him under the bus. And then you go to Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's the type of guy that doesn't do the coach speak. We can all kind of agree on that. Dan Campbell kind of, he's extremely transparent. He's going to tell you like it is, and that's basically it. He came out last year and said, even at the beginning of this year, before all these OTAs and minicamps, I need to see a better Goff. Like, I need him to improve on what he did last year. And these short minicamps, these OTAs, he has. He's looked great in a helmet and a pair of shorts. That's fantastic. That's what we want to hear. It's early. That's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear that, oh man, he's still doing what he's doing. He's getting better. That's what we want to hear. It's a little bit coach speak, even though I don't believe Dan Campbell's a coach speak guy. He's not. He came out and he said he's improved. So that's good. I don't think Dan Campbell's going to beat around the bush. So you just have to be real careful using those type of guys, those coaches as your facts, bro. That's all I'm saying. You got to be really careful because those guys aren't going to throw him under the bus. There's nobody in this quarterback room that's going to push Jared Goff to start right now. Nobody. So they're not going to say, well, man, David Blau, Tim Boyle, man, they're right up on his heels, man. They're right up on their heels, and Jared Goff better look out. There's just nobody in the room to do it, and that's fine. So in those 3, we had 3 wins last year, okay? We had 3 wins last year. Jared Goff in those 3 wins had a 69.1% completion percentage. That's excellent. That's fantastic. He had some big games where he was in the 70s. I think he might even had a game where he was 80%. So that thing skyrocketed. 8 touchdowns, 1 pick, and 115.1 QBR. I'm not the biggest QBR guy, but that's a good quarterback rating. I think a lot goes into QB rating with drops and all that stuff. So I'm not the biggest QBR guy, but it is an impressive QBR. In those 10 losses, he had a 67.5 completion percentage, which is still excellent, by the way. It's excellent. 11 touchdowns, which is horrific, which is absolutely horrific in 10 games. 10 losses, you had 11 touchdowns. That is so bad. It's 11, and then 7 picks and an 87% QBR, which is bad. Okay, and I'm not the biggest fan of the QBR. But the 10 losses, he was horrific. Obviously, your numbers are going to be a little bit downscaled when you lose football games. It's going to happen. So his third down efficiency for the whole year, though, was 63.7%, which is 11th in the league last year, which out of all the starters, he was 10th or 11th. I think it was 11th if I did my math correct. Pretty sure I saw the list. Pretty sure he was pretty much the 11th starter on that list that had that percentage for a third down efficiency, which is good too. That's almost at a 64% clip. I'm not going to ask anything more for him. That's solid. So there was a good and a bad. We know the situation when Jared Goff came in here. Now, he came in, man, from LA, a winning organization that was at least going to the playoffs. okay? Won a couple Super Bowls in the past. From going to the playoffs to going to one of the worst franchises on earth, to a situation where your number one wide receiver was going to be Tyrell Williams, a guy that had maybe 1 or 2 good years as a Charger. Rashad Perriman, a guy that couldn't even make the team. And Quintez Cephas was your number 3. Going into 2021, pretty much that was your 1, 2, and 3. Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay, jumping ship. Amendola even retired. I think he might have ended up playing in Houston for a little bit, but whatever. But everybody else left. So you basically had, only guy you could probably maybe really trust is Hawkinson and maybe Swift. And the jury's still out on those guys. Personally, I think the jury's out on Swift. Maybe not Hawk. You know, the talent I'm not worried about. The jury's not out on the talent. The jury's out on whether they can stay healthy. That's it. Very talented players in Hawk and Swift, but the health is the problem, mostly. So he came into a horrible situation, and he had a horrible first half of football, and then he had a second half of football that was very, very good, almost even playing at elite status, almost even top 5. It might have, even some categories might have even been top 5 last year for Jared Goff. But a lot of things had to go into what happened, and I've talked about it in the past. Ben Johnson getting promoted from tight ends coach to passing attack coordinator. Anthony Lynn getting demoted. Dan Campbell calling plays, which was kind of disastrous in itself, was kind of all over the board. Bringing in Josh Reynolds. I've talked about this ad nauseum. Talked about it. But you have to be really careful using the word fact. Our coaches, our quarterback coaches, they're not throwing anybody under the bus right now. They're not, and they're sure as hell not going to throw their starting quarterback Jared Goff under the bus. They don't have anybody else to come in and do it. So you have to instill all kinds of confidence in this kid. And I'm sure he has it. He's a 6-7 year veteran, whatever he is. With 6 years now going into the league. If he doesn't have confidence now, I don't know when he's going to have it. But guys like Jared Goff with quarterback rankings going into the 2022 season, and I only looked at 3 sites. Okay? I only looked at 3 sites. These are quarterback rankings. And these are quarterback rankings for a reason. Now, those aren't fact. This is opinion too. So don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing out any facts about quarterback rankings. But Jared Goff is ranked 29th by the Pro Football Network. 29th out of 32 starters. Another quarterback ranking. He's 30th by Chris Sims. Okay, now Chris Sims isn't the end-all, be-all of quarterback analysis, but he did play in the league. He does know the position. He played the position as old man, was a pretty good quarterback himself, winning a Super Bowl for the New York Giants, Phil Simms. He knows the position. He seems like a pretty smart guy. It doesn't mean that it's a fact that he's 30th, but he's ranked 30th, I think, out of 40 quarterbacks. I think he ranked 40. He's got Goff at 30. And then you got quarterback rankings in the NFC from a CBS site that I looked at, and Jared Goff is 12th. And I think there's how many teams are in the NFC, man? 16? I totally forget. It's like 16 or something like that. 14 or 16. I could be wrong. I don't even remember. 4, 8, 12. I think it's like 16. I don't remember, man. I don't remember. But he's 12th in the NFC, okay? That's not impressive either. And those are based on opinions too, those rankings. Those rankings are based on opinions. They usually rank it from the year prior. Because 2021 was disastrous for Jared Goff. And to all the people that want to come at me and say that, man, that I don't know anything about football and that I'm just purely hating, it's not a hate thing here. I want Jared Goff to succeed. I want him to succeed. I'm just skeptical of it. I'm critical, and it's okay to be critical of a player. And this is not towards David, man. It's not towards David at all. This is towards a couple of the guys that literally attacked me saying that I'm just a pure hater and I know really nothing about the sport. And then I'm putting other guys ahead of him, and which I wasn't even putting ahead of him. But there was 2 or 3 guys that literally came at me hard. Came at me hard because I don't drink the Honolulu blue and silver Kool-Aid when it comes to certain players. I don't drink the Kool-Aid in general. I don't do it. I used to. I will never do it again because it's nothing but heartache. But towards my boy David, man, you got to be a little bit careful with the word facts. You just got to be careful throwing that word out, bro. Because we're not talking past tense. We're talking now. And I hope you're right, man. I hope he comes out and he has an insane year. But I'm just saying it's okay as a fan. Because I'm a fan. I'm not no football analyst, man. I'm a YouTuber. You know, I have a job. I have another job. This is not my full-time gig. But I love talking football, especially Detroit Lions. But I have every right to be critical of a player. And it's okay. It doesn't mean I want him to fail. And if he does fail, I'm not going to come back with if he does fail, I'm not coming back with a video saying told you so, because I'm on the fence with him. I don't know what to really think. It's like, I'm skeptical. I'm critical. We have every single right to be. So it's okay to criticize your players. It really is. But some of this fan base won't have it. And they think you're just purely hating. And it's not that. It's not that. I have every right to, and the numbers prove it. A lot of these numbers are facts. He's got some really good numbers, and he's got some really bad football numbers. The weapons are here. The running game's here. The O-line's here. The tight end situation, the wide receivers. The only thing I'm really, truly worried about, is the defense. And a little bit about Jared Goff. That's why I'm 50-50. It's almost like I'm pretty much 50-50 on Jared Goff. I can't put it any other way. I'm not 60-40, 70-30. I'm 50-50 on Jared Goff. I hope he succeeds. I'm just a little bit skeptical of it. That's it. And hey, man, thanks to David Pyke for making the video. This is all good. We're cool. I totally respect everything that guy does. But you knew I had to come back with a little bit of rebuttal, David. I had to, brother. So we'll talk about it again. We'll keep talking about it if we need to. But that's the video, guys. It's probably too long, 17 going on 18 minutes. Well, what are you going to do? But thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mark Orum's Forum. Don't forget to like and subscribe to David Pyke, man, on Detroit Lions Forum as well. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Get all my videos. Like and comment. Here we go. We're gonna have another war probably with some of the subscribers. They're coming in and attacking me. But me and David are cool. Just had to be done. Boom. Goal line. One pride, baby. Let's go.